hope you're doing fine. Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful celebration if you celebrate that kind of thing. I went to bed early. It's all right. I'm getting old. I guess we all are in our own way. If you see me looking over your shoulder, I have a bunch of jumbled thoughts on my whiteboard behind you of just things I want to touch in this video. The point of this video is it's going to be a challenge to myself, and then hopefully also just a roadmap to follow for this 2025 coming up. I'm in front of me. I am, one, I haven't cleaned up for my Civil War battle, and two, I am basing for Midgard. I'm going to start my first game this weekend. It's not going to be as big or as elaborate as I want it to be, but I'm going to just kind of calm myself and go with kind of a basic game. It's going to be in the chart campaign, of course, and I just want to get used to the rules, give myself a chance to enjoy it, and then continue to build on that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Right now, I've also paused right now because I've run out of static grass. There's more coming. It'll be here on Monday, but I've got a weekend off. I want to enjoy it. We've got like an ice storm coming in to Kentucky. So, it might be a little bit chilly down here, but at least I can stay warm just watching these guys chop each other up. So at the conclusion of this video, my wife and I are going on a date, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to clean up the Civil War stuff, lay out the table for a game of Midgard, just a good field battle from what I've seen and heard watching the was it James? I can't remember his name on his tutorial on the Too Fat Lardy's channel. He says terrain's not really that important with this, so I'm just going to kind of surround the battlefield, just have a little, just a typical battle across an open plains. What this game's all about, I think. So you don't have to be too complicated. So I'm just going to try to keep it simple and have a blast and just kind of let the rules occur and learn them. So that's the goal. Speaking of goals, that was a horrible tangent. Did not mean to do that. The goals for next year. Okay, here we go. We'll start with what I like the most, and we'll kind of work our way around through everything else, which I like almost as much as what I like the most. When I'm referring to my favorite thing, it's Napoleonics. My plan for this year is, first of all, get into French cavalry. I want to do 2 squadrons of dragoons because I never had dragoons and I suck and I need to have dragoons. So those are my typical cavalry squadron is 16 guys on horses. So 2 of them, so 32 dragoons, and then 1 Polish lancers, which, yes, I think it's Vitrix has a really good Polish lancers. I hope the lances don't snap real easily, but I'm going to get that box and maybe an extra sprue because they come in 12s and go for it. Thanks to Mike DeSlore, I think I have some extra dragoons in those boxes down there. I'd be able to chuck them together. On the other side of the coin, since I'm doing 3 French squadrons, one of those is Polish. I'm going to do 1 Austrian, 1 Prussian, and 1 Russian cavalry unit, just across the board. I think I have 5 squadrons now for both sides. That'll get it to 8. So basically, you can have 1 per flank, or it should be good for a cavalry brigade, maybe a primary one and a reserve one or whatever. So that'll be fun. Infantry-wise, this is a deep one for me. I just looked over my shoulder at what Mike had sent me. I'm going to try to paint 6 Prussian and 6 Austrian line infantry battalions. So that's 12 more. 12 more of the good ones. Yay! That could, if done correctly, that could get me 3 brigades of 4. For the Allies, the coalition, and to counter that, of course, so that's 12. I'll do 2 Duchy of Warsaw. I have a box over here. I'm going to get a box of Bavarians. I think that box from Vitrix will make 2 battalions. I already picked up 2 sprues because I think mathematically I think I counted out and I was going to be a little bit short to make 64 guys. So I picked up that sprue. And then 8 new French line battalions, which I'll probably do Warlord Greatcoats just because I'm kind of doing mass production. And I'll probably just buy a bunch of sprues from Warlord and go from there. So that should be a blast, and that'll add what'll add on 24 more battalions to my Napoleonic 28 millimeter. My table was already crowded before, and later on in the video we will touch on the answer to that one, which is going to be another tall order. For epic, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I think I can do it. I'm going to go for around 50 regiments for each side, so 100 regiments of epic infantry, and then if you haven't seen the Warlord epic sprues, there's artillery on the bottom of there. I'll reach out and grab some cavalry, some skirmishers, and that should be an ample force to do what I want to do at first. I mean, that's pretty massive, having 50 regiments per side. I know it won't do Gettysburg, but that's kind of ridiculous anyway. Trying to even think I could conquer that in one go. So 50 will get me Bull Run or First Manassas. So that's kind of where I want to start, so I can add on to it if I need to. And I've got a long way to go from 1861 to get to Gettysburg. So a lot of battles in between, and a lot of 28 millimeter battles in between. The big other thing is going to be, and I said ancients in my previous video. I apologize for that because that's not what I paint yet. But my fantasy and my medieval stuff, which is here, I'm used for Midgard and for Oathmark and Lion Rampant and Hail Caesar, anything else I can think of, infamy. I'm going to add on, I love these Oathmark boxes. I'm going to add on a bunch of orcs, goblins, elves, and dwarves, and flesh those out and get those out to a point where I've got a pretty decent sized force for any one of those systems I want to use to be able to fight it out. They'll even on each side. I'm gonna make turn the Time Wardens more towards, and I'm actually gonna do a video and this later on of backstory on the chart campaign, just to make it a little bit more, kind of flush out the story, because I've got ideas in my head, but I really haven't shared anything with you guys to any great extent. The Time Warden dukedom is going to, reach out to the darker side of things to try to win their battle, this peninsula they're on, against the forces of the Aurelian dukedom. So they're going to bring on a huge amount of goblins and orcs, and then to counter that, the Aurelians are going to have elves and dwarves, and most of the existing other mercenary forces I had, including the Berserkers of Odenheim, the Immortals of Shubia, Kaldani pikemen, and the Osmanian nomads. So in the end, that's where I should get with that whole thing. For BattleTech, I want to get some clan mechs. I haven't figured out what paint scheme I'm going to do. I think I'm leaning towards Clan Smoke Jaguar, and paint a couple stars, probably 3 stars of mechs, and that should be able to take on any of the existing Draconis Combine or Federated Commonwealth forces I already have painted. So plan on at least having one big BattleTech battle. I'd like to get 2 in this year. And then the last force I really want to work on, and I've thought about this, and somebody suggested this for the World War II smaller scale stuff, so I can play like Rapid Fire and O Group. Um, Someone suggested the Vitrix kits, and they look great. I think I would love to have used the Vitrix 12 millimeter stuff, but I was a little bit worried, and if they have enough supporting stuff behind it. I mean, I think the line's been out a little while, and I didn't see tanks, artillery, self-propelled guns, half-tracks, trucks. It just wasn't there. And because I wanted to stay in the realms, because I think from what I've read, Warlord's Epic is 13.5 millimeter. I was either going to go up or down closely. So it's going to be 12, but I think I'm going to go up to 15. Go with Plastic Soldier Company, and which I originally thought I was going to go with because they seem to have an abundant amount of equipment. Go with the late war German infantry, late war German heavy weapons platoons. I think one box each might suffice to buff out, company size stuff for rapid fire. I think they have like 130, 140 in a box. So those are, and I mean, you're like, I gotta pay $50 for a box of something, but then you're like, heck, I gotta basically an army for a box when you're paying 30 to 40 bucks for a battalion in 28 millimeter. It's pretty cool. So that's the final thing, and then I'd like to try to get 12 to 14 battles under my belt for 2025. If I've done 11, or more than that actually, because I've done that's for every 6 months. I want to do that. I'd like to let's go with 12 for every 24 games total. Let's do that because I got 22 in last year, so let's try to boost it by 2. That's probably realistic. It's supposed to be another busy year at work. We're adding a couple things on, but I think I'd like to not stagnate. I'd like to get a few more, and then we can get stupid and as things go along. I'm looking on my little map here behind you guys. So and the big thing for me, of course, as I mentioned with the epic stuff, is I'm heading towards October 8th. That's a line in the sand. Everything else is kind of dynamic, but we do have to fight the Battle of Perryville in Perryville on October 8th in Perryville. So James and I are going to do that. Let's pray to the weather gods that everything's going to be good there. I saw Little Wars TV release their little quick strike video challenge for in July for Historicon. I also like to go to a conference. I'd like to go to a convention sometime. I've never been to one, so I don't know why I haven't. I want to take James with me and either go to Adepticon or go to Historicon and just check out stuff and meet people that are in the community in person instead of doing it through this lens, which is this is dang good too. But I like to get out there and see some people too, and just look up close at other people's stuff. But I do, referring to the quick strike thing, I'm gonna try to enter a video in that contest. That would be something fun for a challenge for me. I don't do battle reports that are short, so that's gonna take a lot of editing. Another item that I'm gonna start adding is I'm gonna basically bring James in because he's really good at maps and drawing on the computer graphics stuff. So add in some maps, add in some troop placements, add in some arrows on still shots, try to work them into my battle report. I'm going to get my son does Twitch streaming with some of the games he does, like Call of Duty or whatever the heck he does. Stuff I can't do because I stink with the console. But I got him a really good mic for Christmas, so I'm going to invest in that. So at least I can do some overlay and have decent sound quality. But so I want to improve my battle reports. I want to get more trees. Bring James in with getting more maps for me. Get more taking some of those maps, doing for stills, having James draw out where troops are, and maybe midway through certain turns show where troop movements are with some graphics, help you get more into the battle, and just basically overall try to do a better presentation and just try to improve my battle report and make it more enjoyable for you guys. Another lofty goal for this year is to clear out that room over there that you can't see, thankfully, and add in another 12 by 6 table. Get some more mats, maybe from War Sigil, and get 3 of those, and add on another 12 by 6, taking me up to a 30-foot long table. If I can do my math right. Yeah, I think it's 29, but close enough. We'll round it up to 30. I'll try to squeeze another foot on that bad boy. And then that will give me room for these extra Napoleonic troops, these extra cavalry I'm adding. And yeah, so then I'll be able to, and just, they won't be all touching, but they'll be within 10 feet of each other. So it'll be very easy moving back and forth. And yeah, I might add some walls in down here just to trap some heat in too. So if James comes over, he won't have to worry about getting hypothermic. Sorry, I almost said hyper. So I think that's it. I'm looking at my little board up here, making sure I got everything. Got that boom, I got boom, got the little boom. Yeah, so I think that's everything. I'm gonna get more trees, and then of course for the 50mm terrain, I think I just came up with an idea to make my own roads. I think I came up with an idea to make my own rivers. I've got some trees, but I need to get I need to get more 28mm trees, and I need to get a load of 15mm, 13.5mm trees, and then get buildings for that scale, so we can have these Civil War battles and the World War II battles too. And the idea basically is, you can work these campaigns together. You can fight a smaller battle with the 28mm stuff in World War II and Civil War, and then go to the smaller, they go to down to the 13.5, the epic, and the 50mm guys, and then you can have the bigger battle and just try to tie them in together and make it one cohesive campaign for each time period. So that could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I hope those goals are not too lofty. A big thing is this Midgard stuff's gonna be fun. I found some cheap metal coins or fake metal coins on online. I bought those, and those going to be those the reputation coins. I probably need to get some better markers for like who's shot and who's won, but I can use generic markers for the time being. Who's winning, and then I got my usual tokens to keep track of stamina points for this Midgard stuff. But I'm just going to go with what I have and have the first battle this weekend. So I hope that was good. Hope that was informative. I hope I can meet these goals for the year. I'm going to go back and watch this and probably be upset with myself. But if I can do all that in a year, wow, that'll be great. It should provide a lot of motivation for me, and hopefully a lot of enjoyment to all of us, and hopefully get James over here more. He's going to have to come over anyway, just because I got to figure out between the two of us which Civil War rule set we're going to use, and yeah, so it flows good. I want him to be part of the battle reports more and more, because he's just so dang talented. So he'll add a lot to it. He's just a fun guy to hang out with anyway. So that's it. Stand by for some Midgard, and at least I'll get the first game checked off the battle. So we got to aim for 12 games before July, so I'll have to keep a counter up. I'll have to get one of those calendars, they see at work where it says, 113 days to the last injury. I'm going to be like, I've got 6 more games till July 1st, so get it done. All right, so you guys are fantastic. Anyone else who's making these videos, I've been watching a lot of them. They're always great to watch to see what people are going to do, and then you go back and watch them. Especially, I think a lot of you guys do mid-year and end-year stuff, and that's about it. But thanks for everything you guys do. Thanks for being a fantastic community. Love being part of it. I'm like insanely loving this hobby, just in case you can't tell from all this insanity on the table. And yeah, all right. Take care, guys. Peace out. Have a good one.